Hey teammates, in this video we're going to go over my Hunter Greene PC. So a little bit of a recap on myself. I'm hanging out in my age 37 season. I've been out of the card game for a while. Like a lot of you guys, I probably got back into it right before the COVID bubble, right around there. Probably 18 is when I kind of jumped back into it. I did get the Sports Illustrated article that Hunter Greene was on the cover of. And it said how he was the #1 prospect in all of baseball as a shortstop and as a pitcher. And I remember going through thinking like, oh my gosh, if baseball could go through and have another Babe Ruth-esque player who could smash at the plate and then throw shutouts, wow, what a fun guy that would be to watch. And all his card values could certainly take a big bump. That'd be a good time. So that was kind of my thought. So I was like, I'm going to go through, chase a modern player down, try to collect some of that stuff, and I bet the value on that could go pretty good. The logic on that ended up being pretty perfect. However, probably got the player a little bit off. The Reds ended up going through, moving Hunter to be a pitcher only. And then Shohei Ohtani kind of stole some of the thunder that I thought was going to go to Hunter Greene. So as of right now, my baseball fanhood, I love baseball, love the history on it. But as far as modern day baseball, basically I'm tuning into all Hunter Greene starts. So he's my favorite player in the league. He's my PC. So as a result, I've kind of got a fair chunk. So like most people, when you're collecting, you go through and you kind of stumble on a lot of the commons. The 90s kid in me, though, goes through, and when I see a numbered card, that's so rare, because in our day, if you could go through and get a card numbered to 1200, you know, that was a rare card and you kind of wanted it. And if you got a refractor, a nice insert, those were pretty fun. So over time, I went through and I started scooping up, you know, low numbered cards, you know, like numbered to 15. What we got there? Numbered to 24. Got a little stack of kind of some common ones in there. Immaculate autos. I just went through and I was thinking like, oh, these should be a little bit undervalued. Another thing I don't really get with the baseball card prices is how pitchers get so dogged on their prices. So if you go through and if you got a pitcher or somebody you like, you can kind of start those collections and you can kind of build them off pretty successfully with not too much money. So that was another thing that was a fun incentive for me. A little mini guy numbered to 50. I think these are from some of the Rippets. I'm not a big pack guy, so if I want a card, I like shopping with the singles. You know, so those are a lot more fun. Again, the 90s kid, I see Beam Team. I'm thinking that's a big fun case hit, great rare insert. Some of these guys, yeah, numbered to 99. The Beam Team, I don't think has the value that the 90s Beam Teams do. And Hunter's, he's not Jordan, at least yet, we'll say. Number to 25, the Topps Gold label. Again, some of these brands and things like that go back to the 90s, I just kind of dig them. Nice designs on them. And then I started scooping up like some 101 like printing plates. So those are kind of fun, but there's so many of them, and you know, kind of overwhelming as somebody who's been out of the game for a little while. So I see like a little 101 Panini Contenders. And I get it, some of these guys aren't the licensed ones, so the values are lower, but they're still just beautiful cards, pretty fun. And when they're, you know, you got fanhood towards the guy, you can't really go wrong when you're buying what you like. But yeah, like this one, for example, I think this, from what I know about Obsidian, I know it's not licensed, but it seems like it's high end. Like the packs cost a lot, the boxes are expensive, but this is a Hunter Greene rookie numbered to 10. You know, I think I ended up getting this for like $5. If I had pulled this out of a $8 pack as a kid, I would have been stoked and thrilled. So I think it's hard to win buying packs. The other thing I kind of like is you go through, you look at the evolution of Hunter Greene's signature. You know, look at him as a kid here. He's probably hanging out at like 15, 16 or so in this one. But he's got one of the most beautiful signatures in baseball. Golly, you just look at this guy. It's just fun. So, again, trying to balance the values, I wasn't too sure. This is a jersey number, Topps Gilded autograph. Numbered out of 21 out of 199. So I just thought that's a beautiful set they came out with. Got it again as an HGA pristine 10. But just super attractive cards. But I kind of jumped into the Hunter Greene collection pretty aggressively. But I didn't really know how to put the parallels together. I didn't know about the inserts, what was rare, what was his best card. So here's some of his 2021 Bowman Chromes. So I had to go through and read what are these speckle shimmers, you know, all that was new to me, numbered to 25. But essentially I just kind of tried focusing on the cards that were numbered, put together thinking that those were nice rare ones, and some of these I snagged before he even got called up. You know, and this year Hunter had a great season. I thought he was kind of entering the Cy Young conversation, then he just went on the DL. He's been there for the last about month or so. Hoping he comes back and pitches for another start or two this season, just to see, but he had a great year. 101, again, when I was scooping up some of these guys, I wasn't even too sure the rarity or how it was. I was just kind of trying to value shop for what I thought were good ones here. You know, and then we got number to 75 for the paper versus the chrome versus the prospects versus the first edition. Again, as a little bit of an old timer like me, learning some of this newer stuff was a train wreck. So took quite a while. So these guys, these are his 2020s. Jumping in again, some of the gold labels, just kind of fun ones to chase, little numbered to 150. I started buying into breaks. That's how I kind of acquired some more of the commons, just to try to shoot for it. Then I realized, if you get some of the Reds breaks, it's like, you might as well just get the card and guarantee you have it. Some chromes, little purple refractors from his debut. Yeah, it's a good looking debut. 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. Some of the stuff I just like on Hunter Greene is it's just the evolution of him as a pitcher. You know, he's probably got a 104-mile-an-hour fastball in his arsenal for when he wants it, but the first couple of years he just kind of struggled with control, walks a lot of people, had some struggle with hitting some people. But this year he just kind of dwindled it down, and 104 and 98, they're both kind of smoke. He'll huck 102 when he needs it, but he really worked on location quite a bit, and he just put together a beautiful year. There's some starts he just looks pretty unhittable. But yeah, some of these guys I just struggle. Like this looks like the same card. One's I don't know if they call this one a mojo, this one a shimmer. This one's numbered on the lower left, this one's numbered on the right. Again, it's just so much of these I'm just struggle kind of seeing what's what. So I went through and just kind of tried getting some variations to be like, to get in there, throw it in the pile. Again, he's the guy I like tuning into to watch. And then some of these modern day cards too, they're just beautiful. I just can't imagine. I mean, this is an atomic refractor in 1997. If you pulled that, even if you pulled it of, Denny Nagel, you were stoked about it. Louisville bats, numbered to 75. Tools of the trade, little auto, 4-patch auto. They're just good looking cards. So kind of fun, and it's crazy to me how you can go through and kind of get cards of guys throughout their minor league careers, essentially, as they move up from A to upper A ball. You can get them in all their jerseys, basically. It's just kind of cool to kind of track the progress of a guy. So I was going to, when he was in the minors, I was kind of watching the box scores come in, seeing how he was pitching. He's kind of a guy, when you're watching him, you kind of want to monitor his pitch count because he can go deep into counts. So he doesn't throw into the 8th inning very much, but as he's evolving into a pitcher, he's just improving quite a lot. You listen to him go through, give interviews. I think he's got a great head on his shoulders. So there's a lot to like. I like him. So anyways, it wasn't until I asked my cousin, who's a little bit more into the modern day guys, I was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing with Hunter Greene. What are his cards? And he told me like the true rookies with these guys. He said it's all about like the First Bowman. So he gave me a much needed education for it. So then I started kind of chasing the First Bowman, thinking, okay, if that's his one, let's try to put some of those together. And then as I was kind of trying to learn some of the shimmers, the refractors, the mojos, all that sort of stuff. Here's a gold one, I think numbered to 50. I was like, that'd be a fun one to try to put together. And some of those refractors, those mojos, they're just such attractive cards. They're kind of fun to get a pile of. And like I said, I was thinking, geez, maybe this is going to be a guy that's going to be a front-end starter for years down the road. Maybe get some hardware for him. He just made his first All-Star game this year. Took the loss in it, but, you know, we're all about the appearances there. It's a good time. So we got some of those. So I kind of started focusing on the First Bowman, and I didn't want to just have a big pile of commons or things like that. So I did get the 101 printing plate, and I was thinking this would be the printing plate, but I think it's a black. I don't understand the printing plate. It seems like there's a bunch of different variations of them, but super cool. Got some graded one. Graded cards. I don't know what this RCG. This is the only one I've seen like that, but pretty cool. So the Refractor numbered to $4.99. Refractor auto. And then we got the purple Refractor. And then we're kind of getting to a little bit of the bigger end. Here's the gold Shimmer Refractor auto. These guys are numbered to 50. We got the orange Refractor. These ones are numbered to 25. This one's, you know, these are just beautiful. And we got this guy right here. This is the Atomic. Again, that's just the way that they shine and pop. They're just cool cards. These guys are numbered to 100. That one, they just look great. 100, 25, and 50. They're just quite attractive cards. So I started kind of chasing some of those. Then Topps, they came out with this set right here, and they had the rose golds and things. So here's a logo Refractor. I think these are like 1 in 35 packs to get a rookie. So I scooped up one. This was an already graded PSA 9. I think I got that for like 15 bucks. Here was kind of the big one that I went through and chased. I got this one raw, and I sent it in and got it graded, and it came back at 10. So this is kind of a fun one to have in there. Over some of the COVID days and stuff, or fresh off when Julio had a big one, he's in the same rookie set. The Julio, I think, ended up selling with a reserve on eBay for like 17 grand a couple years ago. Probably not exactly bringing that in nowadays, but just cool cards. So, and that one's the 101. 101 Topps Chrome rookie. To me, I was like, oh, that's got to be one of his it cards in the hobby. No, 99 out of 99, Bowman Sterling. So anyways, so that's kind of some of the Hunter Greene PC that I got for me. I like tuning in, watching his starts. He's a blast to watch, but that's a little recap on the collecting. If anybody has any tidbits for me on how you put those together, that'd be appreciated. I did also go through and buy my first redemption card. Read the instructions. It says scratch off and redeem. I was thinking it was a peel, so I mangled it. Ended up finding it. I got this thing redeemed probably 2 years ago. Still waiting on it, Panini. So we'll see how that goes. But kind of a fun process, but that's a little recap at the Hunter Greene PC.